I think it's on. I hope it's on. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. One, two, three. You know what's crazy? This is the first time in a minute that I've done a show on the road. Probably ask, what do you mean on the road? This nigga's traveling during the pandemic? Yeah, but only to a place that I frequent. I'm in the process of a move. People are like, oh, you move so much. Nigga, the lease is up. Y'all acting like people don't move after the lease. Listen, nothing wrong with the place that I stay, but the roommate, 2021 is all about new beginnings. I don't know what you want me to say, but I feel like for some of us, it's not actually about new beginnings. Imagine being the league leader all time in impeachments. But you know what I thought of? I can't even laugh at Buddy for getting kicked out of this place. Now, obviously, the story that I'm about to tell is very different from his situation because this is him getting fired from his job multiple times. But for me, I think about the amount of times that I got kicked out of this rec center that I used to go to. And what made me think about it is because on the last couple of podcasts that I do on Saturdays, Starters on the Bench podcast live on Twitch. The last couple of shows that I did, I talked about my journey as a rec center legend, a basketball player, if you will. But I didn't highlight the fact that the place that I have the most legendary moments is also a place that I'm not welcome at. Like literally, lifetime ban. I feel like at this point, maybe people at this place would not recognize me. Big baby Jonathan, what's cracking, big dog? Don't worry, we're going to get into this James Harden thing too. But I think about this place that I'm kicked out of. And it's this gym where I'm a legend. Because I put in work on the court day after day after day. But my attitude led me to having a lifetime ban, earning a rightfully deserved lifetime ban. So I can't make fun of the Donald for getting kicked out. Because I think there is a place on earth that I'm kicked out for a lifetime. I'm trying to think. What was the thing that I did the last time I got kicked out? You know what's crazy though? Believe it or not, the last time I got kicked out actually wasn't my fault. And believe it or not, I'm going to say like this. And don't try to say, oh, well, you're over it because they've convinced you to be over and you shouldn't have taken that shit, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going to tell you like this. I was kicked out of this place because I broke something on a copier. And the reason that happened is because after a basketball game, a friend of mine and I were arguing about the fact that we won, but we were arguing with one another about the way in which we won the game. I will not name my friend because him and I have hashed this out. Story is old as hell and I'm past it. And it has nothing to do with anybody having any type of power over me or no shit like that. It's just because I flat out don't care about it anymore. So after this game, we're in this office arguing. It's me, my friend, and then two other guys that work there. One of them is my old roommate, Ryan Ottensmeyer. So just in case niggas try to dig up dirt and ask if I'm lying, no, I'm not lying. So the reason I'm kicked out of this place is because I broke something on this copier that I did pay for. I paid for it. But I was kicked out because in the office we were arguing and I said something and my friend looked at me. It's one black guy, three white guys in the office. My friend looked at me and said, "Stop acting like a nigger." And in that moment, because this is my friend, I'm thinking, first of all, my nigga, we won the game. I understand you're frustrated because I sometimes come off as a know-it-all on the basketball court, especially in my younger days. I thought I always had the formula figured out how to win. I watched Bird, I watched Jordan, I watched Hakeem, I watched so much tape. I know how to win. We didn't win a lot. A lot of that's because a lot of these niggas didn't want to pay the money for the league and they didn't ever want to show up. So we forfeit a lot of games. But anyway, we won the game. I can understand. But I'm not on board with being called this in this moment because I'm just telling you what my perspective is, my feelings, how I'm seeing it. And in this moment, because we are two immature children, we don't know how to have a conversation with one another. And he makes the mistake of saying something to me that he has always deeply regretted. You're probably wondering, why didn't you knock your friend out? Because I am somebody who, after like the 8th grade, no longer got mad at the fact that white people opted to call me a nigger. Because I grew up in a place where that's the only thing that they have. And I look at it like this. They'll listen to the music, they'll dance, they'll sing all the songs, they'll quote all the lines from Friday, they'll do all the stuff. They'll even go out and get their hair braided. They'll go out to Pensacola to get Keisha to come braid their hair. But in the back of their minds, they're still probably racist. But at the same time, what are you gonna do about somebody's work? So what I start doing, I start laughing at that shit. Because you can't punch everybody. I did suspensions in school, out of school, all that fighting over people calling you the N-word. Yeah, I did that. But at the same time, I realized growing up in the place that I grew up in, the white people who had the opportunity to fix that for me never did. Remember the detail of the story. My old roommate is in the room when this happens. This nigga doesn't do anything. And it's no disrespect to Ryan. Ryan's a cool dude. He is somebody that's not opting for no confrontation type of shit. And me, knowing me and my other friend, the reputation on both of us is that things tend to get wild and violent, but they never would between us because him and I have this mutual respect. And I don't care. People can say, oh, he would have stomped your ass. Yeah, he could do that, but I'm going to fight till the end if I feel like it's important enough and it's about that respect. But it never got to that point with me and this gentleman. So I understand why Ryan wouldn't do nothing, but let me tell you this part. The other person in the office knows my father. They used to work a job together. And he sat there and didn't do shit. He also has a son who's half black. But he works for a white man, and he is a white man, and he doesn't want to lose his job, so it don't make no sense for him to intervene. He's going to let the young kid in me, at this time, I'm probably about 17, 18 years old, and there's one other situation after this that kind of led to them putting the permanent part on it, but this is where the ban initially started, where you know how usually you get 3 strikes? This is where I went from one to like you were already on 2. You go from 0 strikes to 2 strikes with 1 incident. That's basically what I'm trying to say. My stuttering ass. Anyway, but like I said, I stopped reacting to that shit because I realized early in life that even though they tell you, well, why don't you, if you see something, say something. Speak your mind. Don't let them treat you like that. If it's really that bad, come to me as an educator or a coach or something. I'll help you and I'll do something. And I'll teach these kids not to treat you like that. Wrong. They don't be doing nothing, bro. So people ask now why I get on the internet and why I laugh at a lot of this shit. So why when people get disrespected and it's the N-word involved, why am I always the one laughing? Nigga, I grew up in the South, bro, one of the most racist places you could ever think of. I don't care nothing about them saying N-word. You want to know why? Because in this little spot right here on their chest, there's no heart. It's cowardness. That's all it is. They are cowards, bro. You see that stuff that they're doing last week, talking about they doing this because they want to make sure that they're doing these things because they want to shore up their bloodlines. But look how educated these people are. Y'all niggas went to hit a lick and didn't even wear no mask, bro. Come on. You're more intelligent than me. You're the superior race. Come on, look at how these people acted. Now it's on full display. So all these years, I knew that I didn't have to keep fighting back when it came to that word because you're not fighting anybody who's worth a fuck. These people aren't intelligent in the slightest. And this is not a shade at my friend because I think my friend is very intelligent. I think after that moment, It opened his eyes. It educated him. He heard my stories. Him and I chopped it up. We talked about it. And I told him how I felt about this shit. Because I let him know for years, the kids used to take my name and try to say, if you say my name quick enough to small, little, immature white kids, it sounds like you're saying the word nigga. And they loved it. They loved it. Any chance they had to put me down and oppress me, they would. But at the same time, kicking these niggas' ass don't do nothing, bro. Because they just go call their parents. And then their parents call their lawyer. And then the lawyer calls my dad. And then my dad doesn't do nothing. He just calls me into the room to let me know that the cops are on their way. He not saving me. I think a lot of times people think when they hear my shows and they hear me tell these stories and the way that I speak about these people from my past, and it sounds like I'm always shitting on everybody. No, fam, listen. I date white girls. I have a white girlfriend. I've dated black girls, have black girlfriends. I have white friends, black friends, Latino friends. Like, people try to look at you and they say, well, you tell these stories. How could you ever be cool with these people? You must hate these people. No, it's not about that. I'm keeping it real with y'all. I'm letting you know what they're doing, what they have done, and what they will not continue to do to someone like me. The reason why I speak the way I speak and call them out, and I let them know. I let anybody I've ever dated, anybody I've ever been friends with, they know where I stand with this stuff. And I mention these types or these relationships in these capacities because I think sometimes when people see you, they see you with a white girl. They're like, well, you on these shows shitting on white people. No. Ain't nobody on here shitting on white people. We're shitting on people who opt to choose hate above anything, and they use the excuse of them being white and basically being in fear of people of color. So this is like their whole steez. We're talking about those people, these stupid people, the ones who run around saying that if you say BLM, you must be a part of a terrorist group. First of all, when I say Black Lives Matter, I'm coming from a standpoint of someone who's been brutalized by police. So my life does matter. I don't want to hear shit about it being a terrorist organization. I don't care nothing about that. If you feel the need to reply with that to me, or say that blue lives matter, or try to tell me why Trump was so good, or try to tell me what Trump has done for people who look like me, then you are the people that I'm talking about. And I also don't care, because it's all based off my experiences. Like I said, y'all oppressed me for so long, and people who look like me, my brothers, my sisters, my mothers, my fathers, I don't care nothing about hurting y'all feelings. If this hurts your feelings, or if you hear this and you're like, oh my God, how dare he have the audacity to talk about me like that? I would never, ever. I am not a racist. If you have to reply with that, bro, you probably are. But if you listen to this and you go, yeah, King, talk your shit. Because it is what it is. You see it every day. You see the examples. You see how these people act. You see how these people get treated. Come on, man. You saw what was happening last week. These are all the same people who were saying how garbage we were and how we deserve to all be killed or be incarcerated, have our asses stomped out because we're protesting the fact that multiple people within the span of a month were killed based on the fact that they were black. These people are upset because they took the L. And today was another L. Hold that. That's all y'all, just hold it. That's all I want you to do. I don't want you to do anything other than hold it. I don't expect you to come to me and be humbled and be like, you know what? You know what? I just can't believe it. You were right. And I'm sorry. You were absolutely right. We should have never gone down there. We should have never told you to just let it go. We should have never said that, hey, man, it's been 400 years. Why are you still mad? I don't want to hear no shit like that. I just want y'all to go away quietly. Fuck out my face. If you want to talk to me, engage me in a conversation, and don't approach me with no shit talking about, well, Trump did this for Jennifer Hudson. What about Candace Owens? And what about Kanye West? I'm going to say, fuck out my face. Because I don't care nothing about that, man. I do not care. All of this stuff gets brought up because I think it's just the weirdest thing to me that over the last couple of weeks, we've seen so many of these little events transpire, and even y'all own people tired of y'all because y'all look crazy. Y'all sound stupid. I'm somebody that knows little to nothing about politics. So if you know things about politics, please feel free to educate me. But the people saying that this party's dumb versus this party being dumb, these are the same people that run around with their mask off, with the American flag taped around their neck like it's a fucking Superman cape and a Trump shirt. And they try to get on interviews talking about, well, I can't believe they shot her. I mean, she just tried to jump through the window even after they told her not to go in. Oh my God, I can't believe they're trying to kill us. Did you listen to yourselves? You want to have a conversation with me, but y'all are on there trying to be like, oh my God, what they did to that girl was so foul. What they're trying to do to us is so foul. Who's trying to do anything to y'all? Tell me who's doing stuff to y'all. Y'all were out there wilding because y'all took the L in voting. That's crazy. But you want to call people who look like me and people who are activists, people who are peacefully protesting, you wanted to call them terrorists because we were all rightfully upset because there should be no police procedure that says, yeah, if a nigga's getting out of line and you don't like the fact that he's, giving you back talk, maybe just restrain him, throw him on the ground and put your knee on his neck for roughly 8 minutes and 40 something seconds. That ought to shut him up. Do you see what the difference is? I'm a little bit sad too that I actually personally know some of these people. I have relationships with people, bro. I can't even believe it. You see, I for real just slapped myself. Let me get 2 times because I can't even believe that I was closely associating with people who would try to look me in my face and be like, well, see, look at right there. It doesn't even look like he's hurting him that bad. His knees on his neck. It's been a long damn year, bro. On the 20th, we begin a new 4 years officially. I hope for everybody that you find things that will make this first year of the new regime. I hope you find a way to make this shit productive for yourselves. And I hope we get to the point where maybe we stop arguing. Hopefully today's events will lead you guys to finally understand that just repping one specific person is probably what gave y'all the real L. Because even y'all who are like, Christian, don't God tell y'all to not worship like mortals and all that type of stuff? I'm not well versed on the verbiage, but don't he advise against that? Y'all was really out here worshiping this dude, and now look at you. Get a real hero. Something new I found out today, because I'm not very deep in the Marvel universe, but I didn't know that me and Nick Fury actually have the same first and middle name. I found that out today when I watched what's the movie? Captain Marvel. This shit is okay. It's not that great. I'm not gonna lie. This is the world's most delayed, movie review, but I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. This movie is just okay. I don't know. And some of what turns it off for me is because it's weird as shit seeing Samuel L. Jackson with waves. I didn't like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not one to right now that should be talking about anybody in their hair because my shit looks like this. Jesus Christ, cheese and rice, bro. Look at the. Let me put that hat back on. I had to look at it Anyway, I didn't like how his waves looked funny, and he had too much makeup on. Come on, how y'all giving the black dude so much makeup? Everybody else on the set needed except him, but he covered it. It's terrible. The ending isn't too bad, but I'm still a little bit confused. And I have many questions, but I need to check in with some of my real tapped in Marvel friends so they can give me feedback and perspective. Because I missed how any of this is connected at all to Avengers and any of that other shit. All right? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let me get to something real quick. after I was done ranting. And my rant only comes more from the fact that I just was laughing. I've been laughing the last 2 weeks because this shit is just mad funny. It's mad funny to me how crazy and stupid we all look crazy, y'all. Come on, y'all. Some of y'all even have family members who was on the wrong side of this. People that y'all share last names and DNA with. I wonder what it's gonna be like for some of y'all in the first Christmas after Biden's first year. That way y'all can do first year comparisons. And it's not gonna matter because obviously nothing changes. But do you think this time next year we're all gonna be back with our families, enjoying a nice meal, and then out of nowhere, Aunt Nancy's gonna be like, well, you know what? Remember last year? All that bullshit and that election fraud and all that. And then somebody's going to stand up and be like, Nancy, shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear that. It wasn't fraud. You're full of shit. Don't make me throw this green bean casserole at you again. Like in 99. Because that probably happened in some family across America. I'm not going to lie. I do get on YouTube from time to time and watch like video freakouts of people like in family gatherings and holidays. That's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. And usually it's listen, this is not me trying to say anything funny. I'm just saying the videos that I've seen, it's always white people. And I love it because you guys provide some of the best entertainment. Because I don't understand how you get around a whole gang of family, have all this food, and then start tripping on each other. And then I figured it out. It's because none of this food has fucking seasoning on it. Now I know why y'all are mad. So what we need to do for y'all, and this is how I figured out how we fix racism. And I bet black people will be on board with this. Everybody just take in a white family for the holidays, teach them how to cook, and then send them on their way. If y'all would have actually taken the advice from the Pilgrims in the beginning instead of trying to finesse them, you would have learned something. And now y'all are all sad and upset. It's unfortunate. And I'm only making these jokes because there were hella of my friends who were texting me being like, yo, the food my family cooked this year was nasty. And I think some of that is because the internet has made these seasoning jokes so relevant and pushed to the front that now these people are being like, yo, I got to taste test this before I buy this because I can't be out here with these unseasoned people being lumped in with them. So shout out to all my friends who were seasoned. I love y'all. I absolutely love y'all. And shout out to all my black people. This every day. I really love y'all. Way more. And I'm saying that because I love myself way more. So I got to love y'all equally. That's just facts. And that's not disrespect. You take it as disrespect, that's your own problem. What do you want me to do? Love my sister. She's mad funny. My mom's okay. She's cool. But she's mad funny. That's where you think I get that shit from. You know, and all my friends, man, we out here killing it. 2021 is going to be our year. And I say that every year, but maybe this is the one that actually sticks. Let me get to this James Harden thing real quick, and then I'm cutting out of here because I'm tired of this. Buddy showed up looking like Santa Claus to the game the other night. Fam, play a team sport. I'm confused as to what made you think in your mind that it was appropriate for you after the game to go in front of media and do the same shit that I'm doing right now, which is get on a live camera in front of a microphone and be like, you know what, we're just not good enough. I love Houston. I've done everything I can for the city, except show up on time, act like a model employee, and like fulfill the terms of your contract, even though you're disgruntled. Because that's a part of it too, nigga. That's why they pay you the big bucks. That's actually, listen, I'm not going to get into some of the things that you're supposed to do within the job. I've made it very clear on this show from time to time that I already know why I've lost jobs that I've lost. And I didn't actually get let go from my first job until 2 years ago. 2 years ago, first time, nigga, I was in shock. Oh my God, they let me go? I'm one of the greatest of all time. How they let me go? Because your attitude is shitty, partner. It had nothing to do with you showing up on time or how hard you work. It doesn't matter if you can go out and score 40. If you have a shitty attitude, nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to want to play with you. It's facts. I've still been learning that lesson up as recently as this past summer. Shout out to my wonderful friend, Steph, who's been a rider, who was a part of the show. But how you think that relationship goes south? Because my attitude is shitty. Was shitty. Still is shitty depending on who I'm in front of. And that's not funny. I mean, it is funny, but I laugh at everything. But the problem with it is that you can't expect to be a part of a team, function successfully on a team if you're going to shit on your team. So I'm happy that Houston is actually upgraded. They've improved their roster based on the fact that they were able to improve morale first and foremost. James going to Brooklyn is cool, but I think you had enough to compete. You didn't have enough to beat LeBron because nobody can guard LeBron and AD at the same time. So you didn't have enough to beat the Lakers, but you had enough to compete. You giving up all of those people, bro, y'all basically, even though y'all were never, you wasn't with Shorty before, this is like calling and getting back with your ex, bro. This is toxic. You brought in Buddy who not even in shape. He not even really trying to play no defense like that. And he now on the team with somebody else that's being a diva. And you got the guy who's just coming back off the Achilles injury carrying the team. Brooklyn don't know what they doing. And that's how I know y'all not trying to win the NBA Finals. Because y'all out here making these boo-boo to fool-ass mistakes. You should have left James Harden at home. Houston was probably ready to put him on the shelf until they were able to work out a trade. You could have left him at home and then just let him sit there until the end of the season and get him for nothing. Then you probably could have kept Karis LeVert. You could have kept all these people. And why did you give up Jared Allen? That's paint protection. You gave up a rim protector and scoring off the bench for James Harden. And I know people are looking at me like, oh, you sound crazy. It's James Harden. Yeah. How many NBA Finals has he been to? Besides the one. And did he do anything during that time? No. Has he done anything since then? No. The answer is no. It was a stupid move. So this is just a day full of bad decisions for a lot of people who have deep pockets. Donald Trump, Sean Marks from the Brooklyn Nets, everybody in Houston. Now, Houston actually doing all right because they end up getting Victor Oladipo. And then Karis LeVert, actually, I'm tripping. He is going to freaking Indiana, which is going to put them over the top when TJ Warren get back healthy. This is crazy. Markel says you got to watch them in chronological universe order. It melts together beautifully. Title of my sex tape. I'm assuming she's talking about Captain Marvel. Yes, Markel, you were probably right. I probably should watch them in order. But I've looked at how the grid go. Like, who I know. Listen, I'm going to say who really has time for that when I know you personally have gone through and sat there and watched them all. But I just can't bring myself to do it because not all these movies are good. It's just me. I can't get up with it. I tried to watch Doctor Strange. That's not good to me. That's not a good movie. Y'all like that shit? No? That's what I thought. Everybody in here was silent. I don't know what to tell you. All right, man. This is Lunchtime TV's Mimical Jackson show. I wanted to make sure that even though I'm in transition right now and I will be in my new spot settled this weekend, so next week's show will be lit. Like I said, new location. I've been watching a lot of HGTV. Flip or Flop. Y'all should go back through that. And Container Homes. That was lit. Property Brothers. Fixer Upper. That's all I got right now. I'm going to plug y'all with some more. But this is the show. It's Lunchtime TV. Do your best to be good to people, man. I think of where do we go from here and how do we treat these people even though we've watched them make the world's biggest mistake and back the world's stupidest person? Do we give these people another shot? Because I don't want to believe that y'all are this dumb and will be this dumb forever. And I also know that some of you are very intelligent. But maybe in this moment you were blind, because it's like the same thing as when we all know, and we all have friends, family members, whatever. We all know people who are wonderful, smart, intelligent people, but somehow they're stupid as hell and they end up getting with some dude or some girl that's terrible for them, that treats them bad over and over and over all the damn time. And they can't seem to walk away from that shit. And you're like, how? How? Because you're mad smart and you're really great. And I feel like you know stuff. How do you not see that this person is mistreating you or is not good for you, bad for your blood? Why do y'all not see it? So I wonder, where do we go from here? Look, actually, honest question. And I want y'all to go into the show, leave comments in the chat, and share it with your friend. Like and subscribe, do all the things. But really ask yourself this. If you have friends who are Republican and or Trump supporters, just in general, whatever the case may be, do you think as we turn the page on this shit, do you think there's a way to reconcile with them, forgive them, and move past this without ever having to think about the fact that they were on the wrong side of history? Leave your comments in the comments, because that's what that shit is for. I don't know what I was going to say. But yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments and we'll chat about it. But I'm genuinely interested in that. I wonder what life will be like. And are you able to move forward with anybody that you know within your life who was really out here riding for Trump and thinks that what these goofballs did last week was a good thing for us as a country, because it made us all look like clowns, okay? So I'm really going to end the stream now. Shout out to anybody that's watching this show. Like and subscribe, like I said. Share this with your friends. I don't know. Shout out to Big Baby Jonathan, man. Bro is doing his thing. He's grinding. I feel like we should start a petition and see if Jeannie Buss will just give this nigga a job. I wonder if I know anybody that could maybe like make some calls or something. Because my man covers the Lakers. And I will tell you this, because I used to follow Serena Winters, who used to cover the Lakers really closely. And I think she went to Philadelphia, maybe. And ever since then, that was who I followed on Twitter. And ever since then, John, it's you, fam. So all my Laker updates come from you. I don't know who represents the team in this capacity at this moment, but it probably needs to be you. Shout out to Markel. Big fan of the show. Mark, I appreciate you. Homies for life. I'm out. Once I find where the damn button is.